Hello, it's Diana Marchand from dianamarchand.com and founder of Raw Foods Made Simple. And I help women lead healthy, happy lives full of passion and purpose. And welcome to this video. This is a recipe video, finally. And what I'm making today is a recipe I haven't done before. Yes. So in the summertime, I know that, I give to my clients and stuff, a lot of salads. And a lot of people want to eat really a lot of that really fresh stuff. But for dinner, when you sit down for dinner and you don't want to cook, you don't want to make something really hot, and you're like, geez, it's so hot outside, I just want something fresh, but I want something filling, something substantial. So this is for you today. I am making a walnut lime pate. It's going to be paprika, cumin, some lime, walnuts, and I'm using a few sunflower seeds too because I didn't have a full cup of walnuts. So this is how it's going to go down. So when you make pates, which are in the raw world, that is blending nuts or seeds with some veggies and spices. So what we're using today is I'm going to use some celery, the walnut sunflower seeds that I've soaked, and it's a good idea to soak them for over 2 hours. So whatever you can over 2 hours. And if you soak for too long, especially on walnuts, they kind of soak out all the flavors. So 6 to 8 hours soaking walnuts is not going to have a lot of flavor. So I like for walnuts about 2 hours. So I've got celery, I've got some cut bell pepper, and so those are the veggies that I'm going to use in this. And then I have, like I said, cumin, paprika. I'm going to use a bit of garlic salt. Yes, you can use fresh garlic. Salt, pepper, nutritional yeast. I'm going to use some lemon juice, got a bit of oil, and I'm adding a bit of tahini in it, which you don't have to. And we're going to put it in a collard wrap. Now this one is from the garden, so yes, there are bugs in the garden because this don't use pesticides and all that. So it's a little holy, but it'll work. It's a collard leaf. You can use lettuce. You can use, I make a buckwheat wrap. If you know me on YouTube, you will notice I make it out of buckwheat seeds, buckwheat. So anyways, use something like that, fill it in or add it on a salad, roll it up in a lettuce leaf. Great, so let's get started. Okay, so now here are my seeds. Usually I let them drain and dry a little bit longer than I did. This is the walnuts and the sunflower seeds. So I'm putting them in the food processor like that. And you see, I just let them drain. And you could let them drain like this and put it in the fridge for all day so they're not so wet because they really absorb a lot of water after they're soaked. And then I'm going to throw in the veggies at the same time because I like my pate actually a little chunkier. So there goes the, I know I'm using my hands. There goes the celery. That's the celery. And because I've never flavored this before, it's going to be a little bit of this, a little bit of that. Okay. And yes, you can put in as much or a little celery. I have a half a cup of celery and a half a cup of bell pepper, and I got 1 full cup of walnuts, sunflower seed mixture. Doesn't matter the ratio, really doesn't matter. So what I'm going to do is just blend this up a bit to break it down. Okay, so you won't hear that because I'll cut it out. You know what I did is I just broke it down like literally just a little bit because we're going to add spices blend. So I don't want it to get too much like baby food. So that's what we're going to do. If you have the exact recipe, you can probably blend it a little more. Okay, so we've got this, and now I'm going to add, I may not need olive oil if I'm using tahini, okay? So first of all, I'm going to add the dry spices. Now I usually never measure, so this is a little tricky for me. I do better without measuring. Half a teaspoon of cumin. I'm gonna put more of that. I love paprika, so I'm adding paprika. Now, yes, you could flavor this probably curry. You could flavor it Italian spices. You could flavor it maybe chili powder, right? That's a half a teaspoon of cumin. And then, like I said, you can use real garlic. I am just using some garlic powder. Sorry, not salt, garlic powder. Probably a 1/4 teaspoon. I'm going to add a little more than that. Probably 3 quarters. What is that? Maybe close to half a teaspoon, but not really. Some pepper. I'm just shaking some in. And then I too, I'm not going to measure the salt, so start with a little bit. So I have this grinder, pink Himalayan salt. Start with a little bit. You can always add more. Okay. Then I'm going to add in some nutritional yeast. Now, if you don't have nutritional yeast, you can leave it out 2 tablespoons I add in. It gives it a little cheesy bit of flavor. It's high in vitamin B's, also has B12 in it. It's a complete program. It's non-active yeast. It is healthy for you. It's not the type that it will give, it's not an active yeast like the brewer's yeast. Now some lemon juice. So I'm going to add in, this is half a tablespoon. That's 1 tablespoon, 1.5, because I'm adding in some lime. Now, I just have them cut in wedges, so I am not measuring the lime here. And this is totally to your taste, totally to your taste. If you like lots of lime, use lots of lime. If you don't like lime, just use lemon juice. Okay, and every lime is different in how much juice they have in them, so that always makes a difference in how much you end up using, right? Okay, so we got the dry ingredients. I'm going to pulse a couple of minutes. Well, not even minutes. Then I'm going to add a bit of the tahini. Now, as you do this, make sure to get in there and flip and turn. So you reach at the bottom, grab the mixture because it gets more blended in the bottom, and really flip and move this mixture around, or you will end up with different consistencies in the pate, which is fine too. And now, of course, I'm going to taste it. It looks beautiful. It's good. It's very fresh. Now, I'm going to add a little more paprika because I love the taste of paprika mixed with lime. So for me, a little more paprika, a little more lime is what I think I would like in it. And you don't, like I said, you don't have to, but I'm adding in a tablespoon of tahini. Just to give it a creaminess, more depth, but you know what? It's really good just as it is without the tahini. A bit of a heavier, oily taste. Tahini is high in calcium because sesame seeds are extremely high in calcium. Okay, it turned out really good, really, really good. So now what can you put in it? Well, you can just have this and a bit of lettuce wrap, fine. I like to add other things. Sprouts are really good added to it. Alfalfa, broccoli, mixed sprouts. I have some fresh tomatoes from the farmer's market and some lettuce that I just bought from the farmer's market. So that's what I'm adding in my wrap. Now, try not to get too much pate. I know we want to do that, but it can be heavy, and you want to also make sure you're getting in your fresh veggies in there too. Okay, so here it is. I put the tomatoes in, the pate in. Okay, so we got the wrap. I mean, that thing or whatever. Now you can just roll it. You can fold one end up if you want to kind of close the end, right? Sorry, I don't have anybody else helping me so you can see. And you can just roll it up. Here is my collared wrap. I just closed the end off, rolled it up, and then I would just hold it, and eat it like this. Right, so that is the wrap. That's a wrap, and I'll show you what the pate looks like. Okay, so there we have the pate and the wrap. I'm going to take a picture of this so you can get a picture of it, but that's it. I mean, you wouldn't eat the pate. You could eat it on the side. The pate is actually really good mixed in with the salad too. So if you don't have the collard wraps or whatever, you just put it inside a salad already made and eat it like that. It's wonderful. It's more filling. With the walnuts, you get some really good omega-3s. It's great for you. And plus you got all the veggies in it. It's a fresh, great thing to have for the summertime. Fill you up, but won't make you feel heavy. And you don't have to heat up your home to make it. Thank you, everybody. Don't forget to join my Facebook group. Women Creating Healthy Lives with Passion and Purpose. Also subscribe to me on YouTube, Diana Marchand, and of course my website, dianamarchand.com, for more free training and all my programs and courses. Thank you so much. Take care. Bye-bye.